Hey y'all, welcome back Porch Cooking and Reminiscing. I'm Roger and sure am glad to have y'all here with us today. So today we're going to be doing a dish that is called Chicken Delicious. And it's coming out of a recipe book called Ida's in the Kitchen. And the recipe comes from Mrs. Ida Taylor Ramsey. And in a little bit, once we get everything going, I'm going to give you a little history on how Miss Ida got her recipes to go in her cookbooks. Pretty interesting story.
That rocker keeps a gentle sway to wash the hurry of the day. Mason jar is sweating cold, a story that my south porch told. Pinto pot is on the simmer, that skillet cornbread is a winner. And the sun is dipping low in gold. Yeah, the sun is dipping low in gold.
To make this dish, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to combine our wet ingredients that we're going to be dipping our chicken in. So what we've got here is 1 stick of butter. Just going to pour it in the bowl here. And then we've got 1 clove of garlic. And we're just going to put that in with the butter. And then we're going to just take a fork and we're going to just kind of stir that all together. Incorporate that garlic in with the butter. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our chicken and we're going to dip our chicken in this. But I guess we'll make our dry ingredients first. That way we've got our dry ingredients ready to dredge our chicken with. We've got breadcrumbs. And now I'll put the amounts and everything in the description because off the top of my head, I don't remember them. But we got the breadcrumbs, we got grated Parmesan cheese, we got salt, pepper, and some dried parsley. All right, and we're just going to stir that around and combine everything. And then we're going to get ready to dip our chicken in the butter garlic and then in the dry ingredients. All right, so we've got our chicken here, and now we did pound this chicken just a little bit because they were huge breasts. But so what we're going to do here, we're going to stir that back up again. We're going to dip our chicken off in the butter and the garlic, just like that. And then we're going to go into our dry mix and get everything covered in the breading. And once we get it coated, we're going to take it out and we're going to put it in a greased baking dish. Now I'm going to do 2 of these and then I'll finish them out and won't make you watch all of it. Okay, back into the butter and the garlic. And then we're going into the dry. And just kind of push it down in there, trying to get some on all of it. Turn it over. Kind of try to take some from the sides there and just cover everything with it. All right, and back into the greased baking dish with that one. All right, and like I say, I'm gonna finish the other ones out. I won't make you watch me do that. So we got our 4 chicken breasts coated in our breadcrumbs and our other dry ingredients. So now we're ready to go into the oven, and we got the oven preheating to 325, and we're going to bake this uncovered for about an hour and a half, or until the breadcrumbs and everything get nice and golden brown. All right, y'all. So there, when we were doing the chicken, I told you I was going to give you a little history about Ms. Ida Taylor Ramsey. So here we go. Why is Ida in the Kitchen special? That's the name of her cookbook. When Ida Taylor Ramsey was a new bride in the 1930s, she began a lifelong project. She traveled to the homes of friends and neighbors in and around Viola, Tennessee. Now, Viola was in the county where my wife lived when she was growing up. And what Ida was doing is she was asking her neighbors for their most notable recipes. This cookbook isn't a corporate test kitchen publication. It's a compilation of what she called prize winning down home recipes that she collected over decades. It combines the best of her two earlier self published collections with new favorites she gathered over the years. Chicken Delicious in Ida's in the Kitchen perfectly explains why that recipe feels such an iconic comfort food. In these types of community compiled books, Chicken Delicious was often the name given to the company worthy dish that local cooks were most proud of. When you combine the butter garlic dredge with that Parmesan breadcrumb crust, you are essentially cooking a piece of 20th century Tennessee home cooking history. It's that exact kind of prized recipe a neighbor would have handed over to Ida Taylor Ramsey back in the day. All right, so just a little history there about Miss Ida Taylor Ramsey. Thought that was pretty interesting for that to be coming from a lady that lived in the same county as Audrey did. So we have just taken our chicken out of the oven. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. We're going to let it sit and cool for just a little bit, and then we're going to give it a taste test. This is what our chicken delicious looks like. It's browned pretty nicely. I think we only had it in the oven for around an hour and 15 minutes, but as y'all know, everybody's oven's a little bit different, so it may take longer. But you just want to let it cook until it's nice and brown. And if you've got a meat thermometer, check your meat temperature. You want it to be at least 165 to be safe, and it wouldn't hurt if it went to 170. So this is what it looks like. As I say, we're going to let it cool for just a little bit, and then we're going to get a piece and cut it and give it a taste. So there is our chicken delicious. I've cut it into pieces, and we got some asparagus to go with it. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to taste it. It's ready. It's cooled a little bit, and I'm ready to give it a taste. So got me a nice big piece there. Still see a little steam rolling off of it. Maybe it won't be too hot, but I'm ready to have at it. Mm-mm-mm. I know why they call this chicken delicious, because it is. The chicken is so tender, nice and juicy. It just the breadcrumbs and everything, it just brings it together. It's another one of those dishes that it's so good that I'm at a loss for words, and that's not very often that happens with me. But I'm telling you, it is delicious. So you guys need to make this. It is that good. So make it for your family, share it with your friends. They're going to love you for it. And remember, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button, click on that bell, and remember, hit that hype button. Again, don't know what it's all about, but I know it's supposed to help the channel. So if y'all will click on it, I sure do appreciate it. And we appreciate y'all being here and watching our videos. And I hope that we're doing things that y'all are enjoying and that you're trying to make, because we try to keep these recipes pretty simple. And hopefully just about anybody can follow our recipes and be able to come out with something that is just as good as what we make. So again, guys, y'all have a good one. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we will see you again in a few days.